rousing
Clap, clap, clap.
round of applause there. It's great to be here in Salt Lake City and up here in Park City. You know, it was not that long ago that we announced Real Salt Lake, and with great fanfare and excitement. It really was the impetus behind what has been a very active expansion process in Major League Soccer. As I've told a number of people, the local community, and even now that we're talking about expansion as part of a sort of a wrap-up of some of the activities going on, without Dave Checketts and Real Salt Lake stepping into the fray in 2005, I don't believe that we'd be sitting here looking at 18 teams in Major League Soccer by 2011. For those of you who don't know, we have our 16th team coming in next year in Philadelphia. That stadium is rapidly going up on the banks of the Delaware River and about 10 miles south of the city of Philadelphia. And teams 17 and 18 will be in the Pacific Northwest in Portland and in Vancouver. And I'll talk a lot more about that for those of you who want to get into any league-oriented details after our very exciting announcement. I was told by Trey Fitzgerald, the communications chief for Real Salt Lake, that the game has just sold out, and that's good news. You know, we love this stadium, and I'm sure many of you, particularly the local folks, saw the game on Saturday night, and there's been a lot of activity going on in the stadium with the concert and then the game last Saturday, and now the All Star game. So this is a big development for us as we continue to grow the sport in our country, to be able to build these buildings, have them as a great platform for Major League Soccer and our teams, for international soccer events, for concerts, and so many other things that can engage the community. It was many years of lobbying that we, the league, did along with the Checketts family, and Dave in particular, obviously, and it's just good to finally see it delivering down there in Sandy. I'd like to recognize all the players that have earned the right to be on the All Star team, not just the folks from Major League Soccer, but also the guys that are on Everton. Tim Howard is a favorite son of Major League Soccer, and a big story about what our league can be and what it can do to develop the game here in this country. A guy that grew up in the New Jersey area, played in the U17 program with U.S. Soccer down in Bradenton, Florida, played for what was then the Metro Stars, was transferred at that time with a record transfer fee to Manchester United, and now is one of the top goalkeepers in the world, and certainly a big part of why our U.S. national team has been performing so well, both in qualifying and throughout its international performances. This morning, the president of FIFA, Sepp Blatter, met with President Obama, and they talked a lot about what's going on in the sport here in this country, the development of the game, both on the men's side and the women's side. Also, very thankfully, the president talked a bit about Major League Soccer and how much we've progressed over the last little over a decade. Part of the story is what the role the league has been playing to develop players. And we see that with Tim Howard, and we see that with so many other great young players, both in our league and playing in leagues around the world. Today we have an exciting announcement. I think, Dan, it might be the first time that we might have announced our next year's All Star game at the current All Star site and location. So I'm very proud to say that our All Star game next year in 2010 will be in Houston, Texas, and will be hosted by the Houston Dynamo. We'll continue to have the MLS versus the World format, and Oliver Luck will come up here in a minute. The president of the Dynamo will hopefully be out there quickly looking at getting a great opponent to play in that game, and perhaps in that it's located so close, so south of or north of the border, but so close to Mexico, maybe we could even get back to having a great Mexican team opponent for the MLS All Star. So let me, if I can, very casually, welcome up Oliver Luck to do a photo op, and then I'll have a couple more words, and then we'll throw the